Hi, Anchor. This is Brady. Parenting is pure joy, but it's also a journey of faith and endurance. Along the parenting journey, there have been many people that have prayed for my wife and I as parents. We have pored over Scripture, looking for answers and wisdom. We have prayed and given our challenges to God. And as we've become older, we've even given advice and prayed for other parents. My wife and I have been blessed with 3 great children. All 3 have different personalities and have been given unique gifts. As we raise them in a Christian home, we parent them differently based on their personalities. Recently, one of our children had a service opportunity and it caused them to pause with apprehension. They weren't sure about the new leader, how they would fit in and interact in the service opportunity. We encouraged them to have faith, to pray, and to push through the apprehension and participate. In the end, they participated, and afterwards, as teenagers go, we didn't get a lot of feedback on how it went. I asked, "How was it?" "Good." "What did you do?" "Not much." I had to let it go. A few weeks later, the leader saw my wife and gave the feedback that our teenager contributed in a positive way to the service project, used their gifts, and the leader was impressed with their involvement. It brought my wife and I joy to receive the feedback, and it provided a great teaching moment for our teenager to have faith to go beyond our comforts and push forward to be a light. Stories like this build my wife and I's joy in parenting. It also builds our faith that even though we're not always sure how our children are responding, that God is working in them to grow their faith in Him, even when we aren't with them. This week's passage is 1 Thessalonians 3, 1-10, discusses faithfulness and joy. Thessalonians were facing persecution, and even though Paul and Timothy couldn't be with them, they weren't sure how they were holding up. Paul sent Timothy to visit them, encourage them, and check on them. Not only were they doing good, but they were joyous and strong in their faith. The Thessalonians' faithfulness and joy encouraged Timothy and Paul. Faithfulness during our journey applies to Thessalonians, to parenting, and at Bethel Church in our lives. As parents, we must stand in faith that our children will have their own faith, relationship with Jesus, and be a light in the world. In our church and in our lives, afflictions and challenges are in store for all of us. The challenge is, how do we find faith that God is in control and find joy regardless of the circumstances? My prayer is that you have someone in your life that you can encourage and pray for, that you can be the person to encourage and pray for someone else, that you navigate the challenges in life that come your way with faith while being joyful.